WinCo Foods is committed to providing and maintaining a healthy and safe work environment for all employees. Accordingly, the company has instituted an injury and illness prevention program to protect the health and safety of all personnel. Every employee must observe all store, state, and federal safety regulations and additionally comply with any specific safety rules that apply to your particular job. Employee conduct that creates a circumstance where injury or harm could likely occur or does occur to a customer, vendor, visitor, or employee will be considered gross misconduct under the WinCo personnel policy. All employees are expected to come to work fit and not under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Any employee known to be under the influence of alcohol or drugs while on duty shall be subject to termination. All employees should consider seasonal changes in weather when reporting to work and be prepared for snow, rain, or extremely hot conditions depending on your specific location and the type of work you may be doing. Department bulletin boards provide timely information concerning safety issues. Employees should routinely read the safety and health materials posted on the bulletin board by the store's safety committee. The Hazard Communication Program, sometimes referred to as HAZCOM or Right to Know laws, is your guide to know exactly what the hazards are for any chemical products you may be exposed to while working at WinCo. Typical cleaning products, such as Lysol disinfectant and WD-40, have material safety data sheets, or MSDSs, that provide employees with information on the safe labeling, storage, use, and disposition of chemicals. Under changes to the Hazard Communication Standard that implement the globally harmonized labeling SDSs, and product labels will also provide pictographs and signal words to make hazard identification easier. MSDS and SDS sheets also outline procedures to follow in case of an accident involving the chemical. Each product container should be clearly labeled as to their contents, should include any hazard warnings provided by the manufacturer, and the manufacturer's name and address. If you are unsure of how to handle a particular chemical product, refer to the hazardous chemical list in the Hazard Communication Book located at each HAZCOM station and read the MSDS on that specific chemical. Personal protective equipment, PPE, such as gloves, safety glasses, vests, and oven mitts are provided for your safety. The specific type of PPE required for each location is listed in the PPE hazard assessment for each department. All employees must be familiar with and wear the PPE that is appropriate for the area they are working in. Employees must comply fully with all food handling policies and procedures and applicable state and federal laws, including washing hands after using or when leaving the restroom. Sweep and mop logs are often used in general liability litigation, and it's imperative that all departments administer this critical element of safety and loss prevention in a timely and accurate manner. Sweep logs are for documenting the exact time the floor was swept or inspected and free of debris. After sweeping or inspecting an area, select the correct day and enter the exact time in hours and minutes, AM or PM, and then clearly print your initials in the space provided on the report for easy identification. It is especially important to document the exact time in the sweep log immediately after cleaning up any spills and when sweeping in highly sensitive areas like check stands, produce bulk foods, and entries. Maintenance of our floors is critical to the safety of our employees and customers. All employees are instructed to clean as they work and pick up any trash on the floor. Customer and employee slip and fall injuries can be prevented if we take proper precautions and immediately clean up spills on the floor. It is the employee's responsibility to remain at the location of a spill until a designated employee can arrive to clean the area. This may require that the employee who found the spill remain there until a second employee can notify the designated employee for cleanup of the type of spill and exact location. Cleaning procedures. Determine if the spill is a classified waste or a non-hazardous material. A classified waste must be handled in accordance with Consumer Product Waste Guidelines. Non-hazardous materials can be disposed of in the dumpster or managed in accordance with WinCo's reclamation policy. Products that are perishable, most grocery items, and paper products can be safely disposed of this way. Select the right tools for the job. Determine which items will be required to clean up the spill so you can avoid leaving the spill to get more supplies. For dry spills, items such as cereal, sugar, flour, and dog food, use a broom and dustpan to sweep and collect the spilled goods. Take any damaged packages to the damaged grocery department and empty contents in the dustpan into the garbage. For spills that are wet, water, detergents, and pickle juice, thick wet, syrup, honey, and ketchup, or oil, cooking oils, spill pads and/or absorbent powder should be used. Immediately put up the wet floor warning cones. Drop the pad directly on the spill. Wait 5 to 20 seconds, and then lift the pad to see if the spill has been removed. In some cases, the pad can be used like a sponge to clean up any residue until the spilled liquid is completely removed. Absorbent powder quickly and thoroughly cleans up all types of spills. It is odorless, lightweight, non-toxic, non-carcinogenic, and harmless to humans, animals, and the environment. For oil spills, you may need to use specialized oil absorbent powder. For thick and sticky spills, such as corn syrup, that become hard from sitting too long, you may need to add a little water to loosen the product before using absorbent on the spill. To prevent the spill from spreading, cover the outer edge of the spill with the powder, and then add a little more absorbent to center. Use the squeegee to bring the spill and absorbent material into a lobby pan. If a small amount of absorbent is still on the floor, use the soft lobby broom to sweep the fine particles into the lobby pan with a pull back toward you motion. Do not leave any absorbent on the floor. Completely remove all the material. Place the solidified debris in the appropriate bins for disposal. The use of personal protective equipment, PPE, is mandatory for bodily fluid spills such as blood, urine, or vomit. Contaminated surfaces shall be disinfected with a solution such as 1 part household bleach to 9 parts water. When cleaning broken glass or other sharp materials, use brooms, brushes, cardboard, and dustpans to pick up the sharp objects. All procedures involving blood or other potentially infectious materials shall be performed in such a manner as to minimize splashing and spraying. In the event that there is a large quantity of blood to clean up, the waste must be placed in a separate bag marked biohazard. Biohazard products must be disposed of properly, so contact your store manager to arrange for disposal. All personal protective equipment should be removed immediately or as soon as possible upon leaving the work area and placed in an appropriately designed area or container for storage, washing, decontamination, or disposal. Plan ahead before lifting. Knowing what you're doing and where you're going will prevent you from making awkward movements while holding something heavy. Clear a path, and if lifting something with another person, make sure both of you agree on the plan. You will be a stronger and more stable lifter if the object is held close to your body rather than at the end of your reach. Make sure you have a firm hold on the object you are lifting and keep it balanced close to your body. A solid base of support is important while lifting. Holding your feet too close together will be unstable. Too far apart will hinder movement. Keep the feet about shoulder width apart and take short steps. Bend your knees and keep your back straight. Again, lower to the ground by bending your knees, not your back. Keeping your eyes focused upwards helps to keep your back straight. Avoid twisting. It can cause injury. If you're straining, get help. If an object is too heavy or awkward in shape, make sure you have someone around who can help you lift. Box cutters come in different sizes and designs. Understand the design of the box cutter tool you will be using. Point the blade end away from yourself and maneuver the blade out of the handle. usually with a thumb slide or other such mechanism. Get a feel for how this works before you use the tool, and always point it away from your body. Never assume the blade will stay open. It may slip and retract at any time. When you attempt to cut an object, you should make sure that none of your body parts are in the way. Do not place your fingers near the intended path of the blade, because your hand may slip and cross the path of the blade during use. Hold the object being cut firmly with one hand and the box cutter in the other. Never use two hands on the cutter. Hold the box cutter firmly to be sure it doesn't slip or twist, causing the blade to strike your fingers. Remain alert when using the box cutter and make sure other people will not be in close proximity to the tool during use. Always use a sharp blade. Dull blades require more pressure on the cutter to perform, which means any accidental motion or cutting stroke will go farther than intended. Keep the blade completely covered when not in direct use. Close it when moving boxes or performing other tasks related to the cutting operation. Always leave the tool with the blade closed in an easy-to-spot location. Never partially hidden in a drawer or under other boxes. Report to management immediately if you are involved in or observe any damage to company equipment or property, observe an accident, witness an on-the-job injury, or notice an unsafe condition or public hazard. You are also encouraged to share all safety concerns with management and/or the safety committee at your location. All employees injured on the job must complete an accident analysis report. If the employee received medical attention or loses time from work, a state injury report must also be completed. Employees must also follow all call-in procedures if lost time occurs. Failure to report injuries, complete required reports, follow the instructions outlined on the Employee Responsibilities Form, follow the full recommendations of the employee's treating physician, or follow call-in procedures may result in disciplinary action up to and including discharge and/or claim denial. Personnel under the age of 18 years of age are not allowed to operate any type of power equipment, such as saws, grinders, electric pallet jacks, etc., and are not allowed to operate or fill cardboard or garbage compactors. Personnel under the age of 18 are not allowed to work in any capacity in any department other than carts and pizza. At no time should any employee of WinCo FOODS perform any servicing or maintenance on balers or compactors. Once certified to operate WinCo equipment, inspect the equipment prior to use and report any defective equipment to management for repairs. The OSHA lockout-tagout standard is intended to prevent injuries to employees from unexpectedly powered-up equipment. These lockout tags are especially important when an employee is performing cleaning, servicing, or repairs to equipment. If you see a lockout device or tag, do not use that piece of equipment and do not remove the tag or device. Only the person who installed the device or tag may remove it. If multiple people are working on a device, each person should install their own tag. Do not power up any equipment until all devices and tags have been removed. Depending on your state, an automated external defibrillator (AED) device may be available at your location. You should be aware of its location and who is qualified to use the AED in case of an emergency. WinCo's Emergency Action Plan provides instructions on what to do in case of an emergency. Check the safety bulletin board in your location to know what to do in case of a fire or other emergency. Upon the discovery of any potential emergency, such as fires, bomb threats, or power outages, the employee making the discovery has the responsibility to notify supervision or management immediately. In the absence of management or supervision, the employee must use their discretion as to when to evacuate. In case of an emergency, follow these steps. Remain calm. Call 911 and inform them of the emergency situation. Ask customers and employees to calmly and slowly exit the nearest emergency exit or front doors. After all customers and employees have exited the building, calmly proceed to the nearest exit. Meet at the employee parking area and report to your supervisor to confirm that all employees on shift are accounted for. Keep all exits unlocked and unblocked during business hours. Thank you for your participation in this training. Good safety and health practice are a top priority at all WinCo locations and are a vital part of your job.